Hi and welcome to the Prickly Pear Show. I'm Ron Furman and this is
Lee Rhapsody. What's up, everyone? How's it going?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Sunday.
Hello.
Are you in the Christmas spirit?
Am I ever? Does this give it away? Just a little bit? Just a little bit.
But are you in the Christmas spirit outside of this? Are you in the Christmas spirit outside of like dressing up?
Yes, I'm very much in the Christmas spirit.
Why don't you tell me what the Christmas spirit is all about for you?
For me, it's planning on giving people things from the heart that I know is going to put a smile on their face. And sometimes things that I know they're going to go, what the...
Yeah?
Because I like gag gifts and they're fun. One year, I actually wrapped my boyfriend's gift that he really, really wanted in a box from a gift that I got him the previous year. So he thought I got him the exact same thing I got him the
So that's a
year
good
before.
surprise.
It wasn't, because he wasn't in on the joke and he actually thought
Okay,
I
but when
got
he
him.
opened it, there was a big surprise.
Yes.
Okay.
But then at that point he was pretty pissed at me for making him think that because I was recording it.
Got it,
You
got
know,
it. So it was a prank to begin
It was.
with.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, his
All right.
family knew what I did, and it was a good time. Sorry, babe.
I'm not dressed for Christmas, but you did put something nice on me. This
Yeah.
Nice little blue flower that matches my shirt. I think we're somewhat in the Christmas spirit. We
Somewhat
have a
in the
little bit of a
Christmas spirit.
tree.
Yeah.
We have this Toronto thing happening here that I didn't put on bright because I didn't have time.
It's okay.
Just changing
you
things
got-
up a little bit, you know, just making things a little fun.
A little festive.
And festive. There you go.
A little bit of lights, a little bit of trees. If anyone likes this tree, you can currently get them at the Walmart on Center Street. They're $5.
I think most of the people watching are Jewish.
Yeah,
so I'm
and
not
they
sure if
live
they're,
in the Thornhill area. But
right.
it doesn't. You don't have to be. It's a real tree, and I'm keeping it to keep it alive throughout the year.
Is it actually real?
Yeah, it's real.
Oh, okay.
That's why I bought it.
Well,
like
then
I
it's
have
nice. Then
a
it's very
whole
nice.
garden in my house. My living room is basically a jungle.
When did you start celebrating Christmas? Like when did it become
I
like a
really
tradition?
don't. Well, I guess yeah, I do celebrate it, but
Okay.
I guess I started celebrating it with when Sean and I started dating, really celebrating it. But like before that, with my friends, they always used to invite me over with them, and then before that, we celebrated as Jews with your regular movie and Chinese food.
Of course, everybody
Thank
does
you
that.
to the Chinese people for staying open on Christmas. so
Well,
that
that's how
we
they
can
make their
eat.
money for all the year. You know, the Jewish people giving them money. It's funny because when I lived in the States and I told my ex-wife if we're ordering Chinese and going to see a movie, she was all like weirded out by my comment.
Yeah,
and,
it's the
apparently
best.
but apparently it's Canadian. Apparently in the States it's not
They
as
don't
common.
do
Well,
that?
I don't know what, and it's not common in my ex-wife's community, so maybe I could say that. But she had no
Maybe
idea what I
we
was
should
talking
bring
about.
it into their community because
Yeah.
it is the greatest tradition ever.
But I have a question.
No one's at the movie theater,
Right.
and there's no one eating outside their homes, basically, and it's awesome. I love it. It was if I can still sometimes do it, we do, but like I haven't done it in a long time.
But talk to me about like how you felt celebrating Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't.
I love it. It's so amazing. Sean's family, like his mom, we usually sleep over at their house, but this year we're going over to his sister's house in Stony Creek.
Mhm.
And
People live there, right? In Stony Creek?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It's just outside of Niagara.
I know exactly where it is. I got
Don't
lost
be
in there at night.
smart. It's a beautiful, beautiful spot.
I don't think that's nobody. Nobody ever says, "Oh, Stony Creek, beautiful, beautiful spot."
No,
Nobody said that's not a sign anywhere.
No,
It's,
but I'm one of those people that likes to get into the car, drive. I enjoy scenery and the scenic route, and
scenic route. Mhm.
I like the greenery of the nature.
You're gonna see a lot of green.
Yeah,
today, right?
yeah, I'm gonna see
Yeah.
a lot of green there
Right.
because there's
So much green
a lot of
over
it,
the.
a lot of green and a lot of water.
Mhm.
We're
Now at
surrounded.
this time of year, lots of green.
Of course, they have pine trees
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all sorts
Yeah.
of trees there.
Yeah, this is my mocking face.
Yeah, I know
just
it
in
is.
case.
I know.
Just in
I'm gonna
case.
keep going.
Okay.
Anyways, so we usually, slept over at his parents' house the night
Okay.
before, and we would wake up to a beautiful Christmas morning breakfast, which usually consisted of a whole array of like foods and wonderful things, and primarily Cinnabon rolls.
Okay.
So his parents love to, buy like the actual authentic Cinnabons and make them in the morning, and it's beautiful. And then everyone opens the presents with the kids.
Do you feel that it's
kids.
extra special because you're Jewish? I mean, because you've never really had it, so you kind of like
I
you feel like a
think
kid again.
You know what? Well, for me, it's kind of weird because I did kind of have it because I'm Russian. I'm from the USSR, so I didn't really realize because I was a child when I moved here. I was a different religion from other people, so we celebrated New Year's, which is Nowy God for all the communists out there.
They don't have to be commies to celebrate Nowy God.
I know, but I'm
yes.
saying. But, they'd celebrate New Year's and they would have a Santa Claus, but they would call him Grandfather Frost, Ded Moroz, and he would have his sidekick who wasn't Mrs. Claus. He would have his granddaughter, which was Snegurочка, which is, I guess,
I have no idea, actually. I didn't even know you had a granddaughter.
Snegurочка, I guess you could say she's like a like a snow
Frost
princess.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
like a snow princess, I guess you could say. Snegurочка, yeah, I guess.
What does she do? Does she help him out?
She helps him out.
Or does she
hands
boss
out
the elves
presents
around?
And like, no, she's
No?
like one of those.
I was wondering, who was working for Father Christmas?
He
Like
has
all the
his
other,
own
all the
little-
commies? Like they were all
his
the
own little people,
the
yeah.
commie kids
Yeah,
were
I guess
all
so.
out there with their like little
Little
hats.
hats and like their little newspaper.
I don't know, because the reason I'm thinking about it is because when my parents moved to Israel, they also had the Christmas tree or
Yeah.
the New Year's
Yolka.
tree.
Yolka.
And then my Moroccan nanny.
In translation, I guess it kind of translates to Yuletide tree, Yolka. I don't know. It sounds the same. Yolka, Yuletide, Yule,
Sure.
Yule. I don't know.
I was in the middle of the
Somebody
story.
explain it to me.
I was saying that the
Sorry.
nanny took it and threw it in the garbage. And my
Your
parents,
nanny?
My nanny. And my parents were like, "What are you doing? This is what we celebrate." And she's like, "You're in Israel right now. You don't celebrate this type of stuff. You keep that stuff in communist Russia." And my parents were like, "Okay." And literally, like, we've never celebrated New Year's since. Like, we
Yeah,
never had a tree, never had anything in our house.
My
It's-
parents stopped doing trees a long time ago. We still lived at 707 Finch, and the last time I had a tree in my house, my mom let me have it, but she's like, if you want one, it's going in your bedroom. And I'm like, okay. So I had
Really?
the New Year's tree in my bedroom and put all the little decorations on there. My dad had all these decorations from Russia.
You see, I have some problems with having a tree in my house because it celebrates. First off, let's begin the story of the tree. It's a pagan holiday.
Yes,
Right,
if
so
you
it has
wanna say
nothing.
that.
No. I will say that because it is the truth. From the 25th till New Year's, they used to celebrate with the trees, and the Christians came to the people and said, "Well, you guys can keep the trees as long as you pray to Jesus."
Okay.
And then they somehow connected the whole. Jesus was born on the 25th, which he actually wasn't. If you know a little bit of the stories, I think he's born in March.
Yeah,
nothing
he's
to
born
nothing
Easter?
to do. Nothing to do. Not Easter.
Around
Before Easter.
Around Easter, yeah.
Yeah, and nothing to do, but for some reason, people still go to
Wasn't-
mass. They
wasn't
still
he
do everything.
Crucified on Christmas?
Yes,
the-
not crucified on Christmas. Crucified
on Easter.
on Easter. Right.
Sorry,
Yes.
my bad.
Yes. So, but
When
just
he-
before that.
Yeah.
So before, like around Purim time, that's when he was
Oh,
born.
okay.
So I mean, the thing is, that it's really weird to me that like people know that all these things are not real, and yet they continue to celebrate it and still talk about it and still go to church and still do all these things, even though it's not like somebody
It's,
talking
you know
about.
what? It's for some people. The First Testament might not be real and certain things inside of it, and they're like, oh, but
No, but there's a difference between like if let's just say right now I knew that them not walking through the Red Sea
yeah.
was 100% somebody else's story.
Well, I sometimes
There's
you
going to
know-
be a lot of problems.
You know how like they say he parted the seas.
Right.
I somehow think it has to do with minerals and some sort of like magnetic thing that happened, and it wasn't the Red Sea, it was the Dead Sea.
The Dead Sea being
Dead
by
Sea.
Egypt,
The Dead Sea.
it's a little bit far away.
But I'm thinking it might be just because it's saltier.
Right, but they found actual pieces from Egypt, from ancient Egypt,
Yeah.
inside the Red Sea.
Yeah.
So there's some. Again, we're not going to get into the whole
Dude,
biblical thing.
I'm having fun. I like
It's more along the lines of like, if I knew for
Teach
a fact
me.
something did not happen, at some point I'm like, all right. Like there's certain people that at 12 o'clock
You know what?
they
At
go to
this
mass.
point, I think yes. Well, it's because at this point it's tradition, and people don't want to hamper on tradition because it's been December 25th for how many centuries for some
Okay,
people, like
so?
generations. It's like for people changing New Year's, saying that no, it's okay. It's no longer on December 31st. From now on, we're gonna go by the the new Mayan calendar or the old Jewish calendar,
Sure.
which is in September.
Sure.
New Year's is now in September. People would be like,
That's,
okay.
that's called Rosh Hashanah. We've been doing it already,
Yes,
so it's
I
good.
understand, but that's what
There
I'm
you go.
saying.
There you go.
But it's not gonna really. People are still gonna
No,
celebrate
it's not
New
that.
Year's
It's
on
not
New
that.
Year's.
To me, it's more long. I don't have a problem with people celebrating. Clearly, it's a fun holiday. I started celebrating because my sister is married to someone that's not Jewish, and you know, this is a part of his tradition. So we're invited, and I'm supposed to buy presents, which I did, by the way. Avital, she was all worried that I came, you know, empty-handed. But it's along the
Booze
lines
is
of
a present, right?
sorry.
Never mind.
Booze? Booze is a present. I don't think my sister drinks. I don't think it's. I'd get her something else, but not booze. Definitely something else. But if I were to go to church, and they would start talking to me about all these miracles
Yeah.
on the 25th and whatnot, and I don't know, it would just be weird to me because I'd be like, the guy's actually lying to me. Whereas with Judaism, at least I can go and, you know, confront the rabbi and have a discussion. Here, it's like, here, I could show you proof, and he can't run away from it. They themselves know that it's not real. So that it's a pagan holiday mixed with Christianity, and
I don't know why
No?
people, you know, it's probably the same reason why certain things are allowed to get, you know, kind of swept under the rug within
Mhm.
the church. I'm not going to say anything.
right? You mean pedophilia? I said it.
say
It's fine. It
Okay,
happens.
I know.
Yeah.
But you know, there's certain things for certain things. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I don't have my own zip code in my own country to.
No, but is it
be able
fair to challenge? Is it fair to like go out and like say, you know, have a conversation with like a priest and go, you know, this is all bull.
Well, I would actually be interested in having a conversation with a priest
Ooh.
who knows this and to see where he would go with it and you know, say, let us know how he feels. But I'm sure that they wouldn't.
How do you feel if I, let's just say, decided to bring a rabbi, a priest, or an imam to the show and
What
maybe
about
have
all
a-
three?
It's what I meant. And have them have
At
a
the same
discussion
time?
and have a
Oh,
discussion,
yes.
right?
Let's
Like we
do it.
come out and we go, okay, contestant number 1, why should I follow your religion? Contestant number 2.
No, it wouldn't be why
No?
should I follow your religion?
Well,
but,
I
like,
mean-
it would be a question of here's a situation
Mhm.
and what is the advice you know
You would give?
your religion or you would give.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So make it kind of even across the board, so it would be an answer
Okay.
they can all give. You can't like, why should I join?
I
your
have a
religion?
feeling that I can make this happen, you know, and people are interested, maybe
That'd be
to bring
pretty
some people
cool.
of religion. But again, I don't want our show to be
A
going that
religious
direction,
show,
you
yeah.
know, because clearly you mentioned.
Definitely not a
Yeah,
religious
definitely
show.
not. Even though I have the Israel
Ying
flag in
to
the back.
yeah, and I have the other flag that's behind this one.
Do you? Do you really?
Yeah, I still have
You
it.
still have it? It's
Still
just
here.
folded.
It's folded.
It's folded,
It's
put away.
behind. I'm gonna put it up. It's gonna be behind something. I'll know it's there in my heart.
So let's talk about like, you know, news, you know, just kind of get things out of the way.
Oh, news.
By the way,
the
there's,
fact that they want to get rid of Santa Claus.
okay.
Like they want to make Santa Claus E-Claus. I don't know.
But they're doing this for everything. It's just, they're doing it to everything. I think they're just trying to piss people off. They're,
And
literally,
that's
you cannot
the
say that you're a man anymore, you can't say you're a woman, like there's a whole, which,
Uh,
which we're going to be getting into another
Let's test
segment a
that
little bit
out.
later.
I am a woman. There, I said it.
No, you could say it clearly, but I think that's the problem though. Once you're going to start, you know, if you have a job, where there are rules in place, where you kind of, you know, the way you speak about things have to follow a specific,
Yeah.
you know, rule book of, you know, in terms of conversation. For example, last week we had Todd on the show,
Yeah.
and he was talking to us about the language. You know, where there's certain words you can no longer say. Like I remember growing up thinking people with Down syndrome were called mongoloids, and I know it's awful, but like I grew up. That was the word.
I
Never heard of it? Yeah,
No.
it's an awful word.
For
and clearly,
me, a mongoloid is basically someone that is from the
Mongolia.
no, the dinosaur. Isn't that from those?
No, it's Mongolian, like from Mongolia. So they
Oh.
kind of have like a Mongolian. Now it's clearly a bad word to say, right? But I'm saying
well,
I grew
for
up
me,
saying
just
it.
thought
I
that's
understood when they took
a
that out.
prehistoric human being. That's what I thought.
Mongoloid?
Wasn't it?
No.
Or is it? What's then?
Are you talking about? Oh my God! I can't believe I'm having a brain fart online.
I am too. I'm brain farting all
help
over
us
the
out,
place.
guys.
Somebody.
anyways.
Anybody.
I'm forgetting right now, but it doesn't matter. The point is, in terms of the language,
Yeah.
right? In terms of language, like clearly we have to evolve. but it's more along of not just evolving. It's kind of like at
Everything
some
you're
point.
saying is like going. I'm thinking Homo sapien.
No,
I'm
no,
still
no.
trying to remember. No, keep going.
Because now you're getting me in there.
I
We're
know.
online trying to figure out a
it's
word.
like the worst thing.
Anyways,
It's okay. Forget it.
so getting me on track, we're talking about words
Yeah.
and like how can change. So you're saying that they're trying to change Santa. They're trying to change the word of like
Yeah.
it being a male or a female.
But Santa Claus is not even like, it's a neutral name. So Santa Claus,
Okay.
Santee Claus.
Right, and it comes from
So
a
it
person.
could be even Sandy Claus. So here you are Sandy, and you're
I don't
Sandy
understand
Claus.
why they're trying to change everything. I don't get.
know.
Look, what's with always trying to be politically correct, like on a regular basis. Like they're shoving it down our throats, and it's almost becoming of a joke more than just being
It's
something
not
real.
even. It's becoming a joke. No one can take it seriously. People don't even want to be called feminists anymore. Like, I can't deal with all like the new rules. Like, it feels like as soon as you pick up a new rule that happened, 5 months ago, there's a new rule to the new rule, and it's just like, holy crap. Can someone just send me the mass memo on everything to do once a year,
Right.
and I'll follow it? And if anything changed within that year, on December 31st, starting January 1st, I know the new rules. Like, I don't even know what the fuck to do anymore.
But that's the thing about it, that there's always going to be something, right?
Yeah.
And again, I get the whole idea of evolving and being a little bit more sensitive, but it's getting out of control.
Completely out of
And
control.
like you have, and Europe is not doing the same thing.
No,
Europe is a
because
lot
they're
more advanced
sane.
when it comes to this type of stuff. Like, sexuality is a lot more open in Europe.
Yeah,
and there's so many more
boobies are
things.
everywhere in
But they
movies.
don't change a lot. It doesn't really matter. They're not as sensitive. Well,
No.
Europeans are not as sensitive. But is it like a specific group of people? Is it like this new extreme liberals that are doing it? Is it? I mean, who are these people that are coming out with the changes? Because you have a prime minister that is following along those lines. Am I wrong? I mean, wasn't he the one that wanted to change people?
You just named Thous Who Shall Not Be Named.
Oh, sorry.
What is it? The one in Harry Potter. What was his name?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Voldemort.
Voldemort, is that
Yeah,
the guy?
yeah. That's the name of the.
That's Voldemort is equivalent to Trudeau.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, you said the name. You see, can't do it.
And yet you never want to play the role of conservative on the show.
No.
Interesting.
I voted liberal for the longest time, and so that should tell you everything you need to know. And
Gotcha.
If
Not this time.
This time, I don't even know who I voted for.
No,
I don't
okay.
even remember. Truthfully.
Well, if it makes you feel better about me, I voted liberal 3 times and I voted conservative 3 times. So, here you go. NDP and Green Party. Sorry, you can't get my vote. We just don't agree. It's not you. Actually, it is you. It's not me. It's you. It's you. 100% you.
Can we just get like an independent party that just speaks to normal people?
No such thing. No,
Please.
that's the thing. No such thing. There's no such thing as a
Ugh.
normal party, because no one's going to agree with you on everything.
Sure they will.
No.
I don't want rapists out to see the light ever.
Okay.
I don't want pedophiles out to see the light ever.
When are you running for Congress?
I don't want.
I'll vote for you.
Like, I don't believe those types of people deserve second chances. Like,
Mhm.
I can't deal with that. Like,
Is that it? But what is so what are your top 3? Since I didn't really want to make this political. This is a Christmas show.
top 3
But
what?
top 3 things that you would change, or you want people to get your vote for. So meaning I'll give you an example. I'm socially aware, so I'm for gay rights. I'm
Yep.
for women's rights.
Yep.
Women's right to choose.
Yep.
Environment. All healthcare. Social programs when it comes to
Yeah.
that. But when
We
it comes to
shouldn't have to
when it comes to
birth
defense,
control.
when it comes to security,
Yeah.
I'm very conservative, and that's just the way I am because I sort of understand the situation.
I.e.
and I care
protect
about
our borders.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more conservative when it comes to that. But by the way, we're gonna also bring a Syrian refugee to come on the show. And yes, we're gonna have a nice interview with him coming up in the new
Awesome.
year. The idea behind it, I'm also for refugees. It's just a question of we're
kind
really
of
going to
refugees?
get into it. Yes, it can't just be I'm for refugees. I'm for the idea of allowing, giving people freedom,
Yeah.
especially those who live in Arab countries. But we just have to
course.
find out, what type of people we bring here. Can't be just like, we feel bad for them, and then we find out later that they were a part of ISIS or whatever other terrorist organization.
I would hope that our government is protecting us and doing their proper vetting before they let people within our borders. Right?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All right, why don't we make this about a Christmas? Why don't we Christmas show? Let's get back a little bit into it. There
I'm
was
like
a
ready
lady.
to see a Christmas song. Like I'm so excited. It's so.
What's your
I'm
favorite? What's your favorite Christmas song then?
Ooh,
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells.
That always makes me think of first Home Alone.
Home Alone, of course.
And then it makes me think of Mean Girls, which is a great Christmas movie, actually.
Really, Mean Girls is a Christmas movie?
Sure, why not? It has Christmas in it.
Really? So is that the
Is that
caliber?
the
Is that the criteria in order to like
basically.
make it? Yeah.
As long as it has at least 10 to 15 minutes of Christmas time
Mhm.
within the movie, I think it is deserving of becoming a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Even if, let's say, someone is wearing a Santa hat that's ironically wearing the Santa hat within the movie,
That makes
I
it.
will dub it a Christmas movie.
Okay. Well, we're going to be talking about our top 10 movies, top
so
10 Christmas
excited for that.
movies. That
Yes.
I've created a list, and I think you also have a list.
I have a list.
And we're going to compare notes, see if we're kind of on the same ball.
Okay.
But the audience needs to know that we're Jewish, so clearly when we're watching these Christmas movies, we're not
I
watching
get
it for the
even
same thing.
so excited.
Like-
it makes me happy. You guys don't even know how excited like Christmas. Okay, we're gonna talk about Christmas.
Yeah, well, no,
movies
you could talk about it now, but I just wanted to bring up there was a teacher who basically got fired from because she told her kids. Now she was a little bit of a Scrooge, but
Okay,
she told-
if there's any children watching, I think I know what he's about to say.
it's after 9 o'clock on a Sunday.
No, turn it off or mute.
Mhm.
Ron,
Mhm.
not me, just
Yeah.
Ron.
Santa died. No, Santa. Yeah, she basically told him that Santa doesn't exist.
Which is not true.
And,
Santa totally exists.
She got fired for that. No, I get it. It became like a big deal, but like to be fired. First off,
She
She
totally deserved it.
really to get
Yeah.
fired?
Yeah.
To get
How
fired for-
dare you? How dare
I understand.
you? How dare you? It's the same thing as saying God doesn't exist to a child.
I-
That is the same
I
thing.
still
No,
don't. I still don't think someone should be fired. For that.
I think so because
Really?
then yes, because she is someone they trust.
Mhm.
She is their teacher. She is educating them. She's with them more than their parents are most of the time.
True.
Okay, so these kids are being shaped by this woman. So whatever she's saying to them is being engraved within them, and they're like thinking, "Oh, everything this person has been saying to me thus far is 100% fact."
But that
So
is a
why
fact.
would it?
But
Well,
that's the
shut
funny
up.
part. But that is the fact.
Yes, but like, why? Why would you? Why
Clearly,
would you
clearly,
say
this
that?
person wasn't thinking. Clearly, this person.
was just being an ass.
Yeah.
And they wanted to project their ways
But
on
would
the
you-
children and basically try to make them question themselves and their parents.
But
and
every
everything.
kid
finds out and
questions,
yes.
and at some point finds out.
Yes.
I mean,
but
no. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this was a nice thing to do. Clearly, she's on the naughty list. There's no question.
she's not even
but-
on
but-
it. She's like,
To fire
this is
somebody,
Sparta down a friggin'.
but to fire her like she can't get a job because she told kids there's no Santa Claus. I mean, I don't know. There's something
There
to be
was-
said about it.
There is malicious intent in that, and I
Mhm.
don't want someone who has malicious intent being around my children.
Do you know how many people, especially teachers today, have malicious intent
Of
because they
course.
have their own agenda
Of course.
that they want to put out? That's not just and not only that. There is room for for improvisation with the kids. There's room for giving your own information.
Mm-hmm.
I used to teach politics, and with politics, it was very hard to not give your opinion.
Yeah.
But whenever people would ask me for my opinion, I literally would have to say, just putting this out there, this is purely my opinion.
Yeah.
Everything I've told you thus far has been factual, looked at, Google it, whatever, wherever you want to find information, but I'm giving you my opinion. And I really tried my very best to not give my opinion because I don't want to shape them based on my opinion. I don't want
Yeah.
them to think like me. But if sometimes they would have discussions where they would say something, let's just say back in the day I was talking about Obama or Bush, then I would give them the facts, whether they were positive or negative, pro or against Bush and Obama. But there was still a little bit of room for opinions.
Yeah.
But there was always somebody who could say, hey, Ron gave us his opinion, he's trying to reshape us, one way or the other. But I tried my best not to do it. But when you're dealing with kids, sometimes it's not just about looking in the textbook. It's about talking to them and, maybe she was trying to educate them. Maybe she thought that it was...
It's not up to her to educate them.
That's true,
in
that's
that.
true.
Like, as a child, like, to find out that Grandfather Frost
Mhm.
did not exist,
Mhm.
and I found out because I was already of age to find out.
Mhm.
Like it, you know, kind of made sense. And then I recognized the person wearing the suit.
Oh, so you literally had the whole thing. There was a person wearing the suit.
Yeah,
the
a
works.
family member, and it was
Ah.
a female family member who
Mhm.
actually wore the suit for us. And
Were you heartbroken because of this, or are you kind of like, okay, I get it?
no, I just, you know, they explained it in a way,
Mhm.
and like you put two and two together, and you kind of like, in your heart, you're like, oh, maybe she's just helping because he's busy tonight or
Mhm.
whatever it is.
Mhm.
And then as you get older, you realize you were an idiot. But
Something like that happened to me with Elijah's wine glass. So like on every Passover, we pour
Okay,
we
yeah,
pour
yeah.
wine for Elijah, and they open the door and
Mhm.
whatnot, and apparently I came the next morning and I looked at Elijah's cup and there was half of it in there.
yeah,
I said, what happened? They're like, oh, Elijah drank it. And I was like, what? He came in the middle of the night. I thought he comes. I was like all about it. And I realized then later that my grandfather just really liked the wine, so he
Yeah.
drank from his cup. But I was heartbroken about it because I was like, but that's the thing. I was heartbroken because something else. I was pissed off at my grandfather for drinking Elijah's wine.
yeah.
So it's not like I believe that Elijah isn't actually coming. It's just
Yeah,
that
yeah.
my grandfather is a
Drank
selfish
the
person.
wine, and
who
he
drank it,
shouldn't
yeah.
have drank the wine.
But
It's just like the song "I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus," because Mommy wasn't really kissing Santa Claus; she was kissing
The
her
mailman?
husband
oh, okay, gotcha.
that was dressed up in the Santa suit.
Is that like a famous song? Famous?
Yeah.
I
Saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath the Christmas or mistletoe last night. or
really,
something like
I don't know.
that.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, I'm like, I love Christmas.
When should we start
So
when should we start
excited,
listening to
child.
Christmas songs? Because if you turn on the radio, like I think around November, like they already started to
December
put
1st or right after, like usually
Thanksgiving?
December 1st
The
after
second-
American
Thanksgiving.
not
Okay.
Canadian because we're not listening to Christmas.
But didn't
music before
97.3 have a whole thing like around November that they started already to put? I think they started.
Some places do
Yeah, they
start in
started to do-
November around like Black Friday.
Right. Well, Black Friday
Which
is
is
the day after
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, right?
So like usually around Thanksgiving they'll start playing it if they're
Okay.
crazy, and I get excited around like this year was Dollarama I think I was in,
hmm
and it was around Black Friday around that, and I heard Christmas music and I just started dancing in the aisles. Just
I like
'cause
it. I like it. Look
Oh,
again
yeah.
as a Jew who is not connected to it, who doesn't really celebrate. I like it. I think it's fun. For those that like hate it, I don't know what you hate about it. The idea of like presents and hanging out with people and
The songs
having
are
a day off.
beautiful, like
yeah, everything seems fun.
Silent Night, the first Noel, Mariah Carey's song "All I Want
Mhm.
for Christmas."
Yeah, that one.
Everything like this, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful time of year.
Mhm.
Like the lights. I love having my tree. We bought like this gorgeous little tree we put up.
Would you
every
feel
year.
the same if you lived in a warm climate?
Yeah,
You think so? Because
Yeah.
when I lived in Los Angeles, I really didn't feel Christmas. It just felt like
another day.
another day, and yeah, they had some lights, they had a tree, they had a Rodeo Drive. They always make it look really
Light
nice.
it up.
But it's it just felt like a regular. I don't know. There was no
There
snow
was
on the
no
ground.
snow.
It's still
Well,
warm.
we're not gonna have snow this year either on the ground. Apparently on Christmas.
Great. I'm very happy
Yeah.
about that. I don't need it to be a white
Sucks.
Christmas.
It's gonna be a white New Year's though.
Is it?
Grandfather Frost is coming for us.
Well, I just remember, it's anniversary of 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember we had the snowstorm,
Yes.
like the big
That
snowstorm
was
around this
crazy,
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was. I'm happy that there's no snow. There's no, maybe a little bit of rain.
I like the fact that there's no snow because I really hate how
Mhm.
the drive is when we have snow in the city.
Mhm.
When it's a freezing cold snow day, I really am not a big fan of that. But
Mhm.
when it's one of those like warm snows, with the big flakes, and then
Yep.
you can like walk around outside with your jacket unzipped because we're crazy Canadians, and if it's like, even 0 or
T-shirts.
2 degrees, like
Yep.
we're out in t-shirts or a
Absolutely.
sweater
No, for sure.
and just a scarf. But like,
I remember this one
I love
February.
that.
This one February, it was like maybe 3 degrees, and February is our coldest month.
Yeah.
And I remember like being out in a t-shirt because it was like
Beautiful.
I was a kid then. I mean, today I wouldn't do it, but like back in the day, I was like, what?
Well,
Amazing.
here comes some perspective, and we went to Israel on birthright
Mhm.
for New Year's Eve. Like we literally landed on December 31st
Mhm.
in Israel, and
Did you party?
birthright, yeah.
Yeah.
or
No.
for-
Did you party for New Year's? Did you do some
Well,
restaurant
yeah, it
show?
was actually funny because we were the only ones because Israel doesn't celebrate New Year's. That's
Of course they
crazy.
do. Of course they do.
Well, apparently they didn't in Tel Aviv when we were there. Or sorry, we were in Jerusalem.
Oh, they do. I celebrate New Year's
that
in
hotel did
Jerusalem.
not. Yeah, that hotel did not.
Okay.
So we were trying to celebrate in the bar, which was closing up, and they were actually turning the lights off in the lobby because it was like.
Really?
Yeah.
What year did you do it?
2008 to 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a little bit ago, but
because I was there New
we
Year's
closed down the
2006.
hotel.
I was there New Year's 2006, so we celebrated.
Yeah, no, we just landed, so no one really wanted to go try to find a place. It was too late, and like it was probably around 10 o'clock when we landed. By the time we got to the hotel and everything, so we just partied, had a couple of bottles of champagne because the guide let us go. Well, they took us to the convenience store and you can buy
the 6 shekel, 6 shekel vodka.
We got vodka. I got this amazing vodka that Israel has. It's peach vodka, and then I got peach drink, like juice, and that was my drink every single night. A bottle of vodka.
I remember drinking vodka on. I don't drink, but like I like bets. I like to be challenged, and I don't drink. And people thought that I can't drink.
Oh, challenges! So you like challenges. So if I give you a drinking challenge, you'll do it.
I'll participate if it's online.
Really?
Yeah. If there's something to be won, then yes, I participate.
Okay, so I challenge you.
Well, do you want to do it now, or do you want to put out a challenge?
Well, we can't do it because we both drove. And I do not
Oh no, it's definitely not going to be
driving.
today. Okay.
Yeah. So we will drink a bottle of whiskey each.
Why? Why would I kill myself online? Like that's the dumbest thing
You said
ever.
you'd want to do something that would
we
get
have to
like...
be somewhat smart about it.
We are, but I'm saying
let's start it slow. A bottle of whiskey each. Yeah.
I didn't say how big the bottle was going to be.
What are you going to do? Like one of these ones? No need. But maybe we can have one event, one night where we just drink.
Okay.
Online, like maybe we'll have, I don't know, like 5 shots.
Okay.
And see how the
For
show
like
runs.
5 shots?
Yeah, so like every 10 minutes or so we're gonna have 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so we're gonna have a shot. I don't mind. Again, if it's for competition I do it, but I don't drink, so I might say stupid things and
Works for me.
I haven't drank in a very, very long time. But anyways, they gave me this like 6 shekel vodka, and it was horrific. It's the type where you can feel the burn before it even touches your skin.
Oh my gosh.
And like I felt like as I was putting it in, it was like ripping my throat from the inside. It was pretty awful. But I did it, so there you go. And I ended up waking up somewhere where in a field. And by the way, I was the leader. So yeah, but I woke up in time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Follow the leader.
Listen, we were partying. You're allowed to party. So as long as you wake up in the morning. So I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning in a field. Somewhere in Kinneret.
We usually ended off the night with sheshbesh, poker, and
sheshbesh poker. I do
no,
poker.
a few things. Like it would literally like
without the cards.
Games. And normal night for me to go to bed would be probably around 4 a.m.
Yeah, that's normal.
And waking up would be around 5 because I'd let the other girls go shower first. And I would be the last one to shower, but somehow be the first one out of the room.
Wait, why 2008? That's pretty late, no? Like, did you have the opportunity to do it beforehand?
Yeah, but I was working a lot.
Gotcha. Because I'm trying to think. So you probably the last trip for Oranim, or around there, right?
I was the last trip.
Okay, fantastic. Because I knew
Jew
that.
Crew 1122, bitches.
Right. Because I used to work for Oranim. That's what I used to lead for.
Oh my
and
God.
I did a documentary on them, and I know that they closed house around 2008.
It was the best tour ever.
Shout out to Momo out there.
Shout out to Momo and shout out to Oli, our tour guide. You were the best. And
who was your madrich from here? Who was your leader?
Our leaders were.
By the way, for all you young Jews out there watching Birthright, take this opportunity.
Richard Coleman and Hindi.
Hindi. Hindi.
Yeah, H-I-N, like Sydney.
Boy or girl?
Woman.
It's a woman named Hindi?
Yeah, only like
Is she
Sydney,
Hindi? Is she or
no, she's Jewish.
Jewish named Hindi?
Yeah.
Her
Hindi,
parents
like
were
Sydney,
doing a lot
but
of
with an H. And
peyote or no? Somehow, I mean, to have that name, you had to for sure do a little bit of something. No. No?
Maybe they
Why are you getting all upset?
Maybe they like Kimberly, but they decided to name her Hinderly.
Hinderly?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that hindered her name. That's pretty bad. All right, so you wanted to bring something up that's not so much about Christmas. It was a conversation we started last week about dating friends. Do you remember that conversation?
Yes.
And I sort of put it out there. I wanted to know if you wanted to talk about it. But it's more about you having a so-called problem. If somebody dates one of your friends,
Yeah.
they can no longer date
Any of my other friends.
anybody else. And I
Yeah.
completely disagree with that.
I don't
So,
need that drama in my life.
talk about it. You wanted to bring it up. You said, "Oh, we should have that conversation online." I said,
I
"Go ahead."
said, well, I said if you want, then you should bring your opinion out there.
I have-
He's
I have
like,
my-
okay,
I have
then
my
do
opinion.
it.
I
I'm
have
like,
my
okay,
opinions.
fine.
I have my opinions on it. I feel like if I dated one of your friends
Yeah.
for a long time, like she was in my actual girlfriend where we went out, then yes, definitely it feels weird if I date somebody else,
Yeah.
a part of the crew. But if it was like whatever and it's not, it's like just dated. I mean, first off, we're a part of the same community. Number one. Number two, there's very little of us to
Yeah.
begin with. And if I didn't work out with one person, why wouldn't I be able to? Maybe I'll work out with somebody else. So why make
Well,
that?
for me, it's like I said to you last week. If it was me who was dating that person, and I thought that they were meant for my other friend or whatever,
Right.
and I wanted to hook them up, then that's on me.
Okay.
Like as the person who's dated that individual, and I want to hook up my
So
friend.
only you are allowed as the person that dated.
I feel like if that's the case, that's like basically the best case scenario because you just don't want to be part of that. Just in case there's drama, if there isn't, I don't want to be introducing more people and then have them go and start talking to. Like I don't like it.
Okay.
So for me, it's like one shot. If you screw up with one friend, then make sure it's that one friend that you really like and you want that.
Yeah,
chance.
but you don't. But you don't know. I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
You never set me up with anyone.
No.
It just happened
Yeah.
that I was sort of seeing one of your friends.
Well, I really don't want to talk about
No,
that.
but it doesn't matter at all. But like, I'm just saying as a whole. Like,
Yes.
there's nothing there. It's more of a conversation. Don't worry. I don't know any of your other friends.
I know, but like I don't like. Okay, so but
Too personal?
it is.
Okay, so let's
because, like
okay,
I
all
don't
right.
want to talk about that person
Let's
even
not talk-
without them not.
Let's not talk
being
about
named.
let's not talk about them. But just as an example, like put yourself in that category.
Yeah.
Where I met somebody, I happened to know you, and she happened to be a friend of yours. Why wouldn't I be okay to date somebody else that you know?
It's one of those things that just in case that like, I don't feel comfortable doing it. I don't know.
Really?
I guess it's just up to, because it's the same like thing as like bro code. You have cis code or whatever it is.
But
right?
bro code is like if you were serious with somebody, it's understandable. Like
Yeah.
a wife, a serious girlfriend. But if it's somebody that you're
But if it's something that like for me for me I don't have any more. I don't think I have any more single friends.
okay, let's forget the fact that you
That,
have or you
like,
don't have.
I'm
The
just
idea
thinking,
behind
like,
not
But like
like
if
being
it-
negative about it, like saying no, this is not, you can't.
I can't. Well, yeah, because I basically said nope.
I was like-
not anyone, but I didn't have anyone, right? So for me, it was just like nope and nope, because in case that they were friends and they'd be like, oh, I slept with them too. And
No,
it's
but
like,
I don't understand it. Like I'll tell you a short story,
Yeah.
something about myself. You guys will get to learn a little bit about who I am, which is unfortunate for you. But I was dating this girl, and things were going amazing. We're seeing each other for a while. This was years and years ago, and I knew that I used to be with one of her old friends. I remember, like we were talking about like 4 years apart, right? So I knew.
I'm choking because I'm waiting for this story to like
Okay, so
get to the bottom.
so I knew, and
Oh,
we go
no.
to a coffee shop,
Like
and
I
we're
keep
sitting
making
down.
sure that I don't drink
No, you're
the
gonna
wrong
be- you're
spot
gonna- you're
so
gonna
I
be
don't
alright.
get lipstick on my nose.
We go to a coffee shop, and she's like, "Hey, I gotta talk to you." And I'm like, "I didn't do anything wrong." Usually, when somebody says that to me, I know I'm in trouble. I did
Yeah.
something wrong. I'm already used to it. The gloves are off, and we meet up, and she starts saying, "Hey, I don't know how far this can go because I'm having trouble knowing that you were with one of my old friends." And I was like, "I don't get it. Like, but everything is fine. Like, why is it bothering you that I was with one of your friends? I mean, we live in the same community. It's bound to happen. We're bound to meet the same people." It's like, "No, I totally understand it, but like, it's making me feel really uncomfortable." And I felt almost like I was almost begging for her to like not do it. And she was like, "Listen, it's just I've been thinking about it, and it's really bothering me. Like, just the idea of bringing you out and like her being there and all that." And I said, "Well, like I'm sorry, but like this girl and I this happened quite some time ago. And she's like, what? I wasn't even talking about her. I was talking about somebody else. I was like, oh, who are you talking about? And she's like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh yeah, she's also your friend? I had no idea. And so now, that was the last time I had that coffee date, and I didn't see that person after. But the point is, so
see.
what? No, but so
See,
what?
you're so whatting because
I'm so
it's
whatting.
hindering on your game.
No, so what? No. What game? I clearly look. You have to go.
You've got game, but now you're overlapping in your game of like losing
But
females. You're losing
I
females.
had no idea. But it doesn't really matter because for me it didn't matter. Like, look, I wasn't. I'll tell you, I had
Yeah,
three
but for
three
us it
actual
matters.
girlfriends. Like girlfriends, where it's like was real. 3 actual girlfriends.
Yeah.
Everything else was dating, seeing. It wasn't that real. So it doesn't matter. Like, how many partners does the average girl have? Today, in today's society. If I say 10, am I close to that number? Yes, I am, because I know
How old
girls.
is this female?
Right? Mid-20s?
Mid-20s?
Mid to late 20s? 10 average?
I'm gonna
8?
say
15?
there you go.
Okay.
I'm thinking around there.
Around 15?
I'm thinking-
Okay, so there you go.
I'm thinking in today's time,
Yeah.
because in my time you would
So
say
clearly,
around
if you
7.
were dating someone from the community, right? We all live in square box Thornhill.
Yeah.
You're bound to date and see the same people. It's just the way it is. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's a high school thing to like say, oh, you were with my friend. I think at some point you say, you know what? Maybe we're a match. Maybe we're made for each other. Why close the door?
Okay, yes.
I know many people who actually broke the bro code and the girl code because they felt they're more of a connect. Yeah. Ended up. Actually, I have a friend. I'm definitely not going to mention names, but if they're watching, they know. I have a friend who his wife was with somebody else, and he ended up marrying that person's wife.
Like Shania Twain.
I don't know the story with Shania Twain,
scenario.
but
It's
something
like
along those lines
her
where
ex-husband married the ex-husband of the husband that she has, the ex-wife of the...
something along those lines. But they're happily married. They have kids. They're amazing together. They just work. Imagine if somebody said, no, you shouldn't be doing it. That's not fair.
I hear no, you shouldn't be doing that on a daily basis.
What?
I hear no, you shouldn't be doing that on a daily basis.
Time to date outside your circles, bud. It's true, whoever that... Oh, Sean, is that Sean? Is that your boyfriend?
That's my hubs.
Hubs, let me tell you something. I'm Jewish, and I date Jewish people, and that's what ends up happening. And unfortunately, I don't date outside of my circle. So
how about trying someone in New York?
my wife is from New York. See, I went that far. So
How about someone...
we're not touching on New York ever
How
again.
about Israel?
That's what I need to do. I need to leave this place or to find
Or
somebody.
you can do what my uncle did and go back into the old country and
I'm not from the old country. The old country for me is Israel, number
yeah,
one.
but our old country.
Yeah, but that's because you guys are Azerbis. I'm sure that everything's a fix for you. You breaking the mold is like a big no-no in the family.
I'm like the black sheep of
Yeah,
the black
there you
sheep
go.
of the
So
black
Sean, you
sheep.
see what you're doing? You've got the black sheep in the family. Congratulations, you did well. You broke it. But it's true. I definitely. But by the way, it's not like I was going after the circle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you like the fact that he answered. So it's a good thing we didn't talk about his Christmas present, right?
Yeah, that's
Because
the
we
one
were
thing,
going
like,
to have a conversation.
Yeah, he's like, oh, why don't we? I'm like, I'm not going to talk about it. He's like, well, why not? I'm like, because he watches every single episode, and I'm not going to tell him what his Christmas present is after I yelled at him today to not look, and then take this, don't look. Like I freaked out on him.
I did last minute Christmas shopping because I really didn't think I needed to buy presents for everybody. I just thought
It doesn't get any more last minute than the Christmas Eves of Christmas Eve's Eve.
is that when you did it?
Today.
Today's not Christmas Eve. Tomorrow. is.
Today's Christmas Eve's Eve.
Oh, well, I got one. I got something today. Well, I wanted to get
And
a delivery from Amazon, but it was going to come after Christmas, and I figured
I think
my
I
sister would
might
be
still
pretty
go a couple of places tomorrow, and
Yeah?
I have, like, I literally.
Why did you wait for last minute? Why? Is that your personality
Working.
to wait
No,
last minute?
I've been working. I haven't had time to do anything, and anytime I wanted to go anywhere, it was so busy that I can't. Like, I hate big crowds. Like, I can't shop when there's so many people around me. I like to take my time. And when I go to the grocery store, I go through every aisle. and spend money that I probably shouldn't.
Sean,
spend.
sounds really nice that she's going shopping alone, right?
I like it, and he likes it too because he gets a chance to do whatever he needs to do.
He likes to probably sit on the bench like all the other men, just kind of waiting with all the bags at the mall.
You know what? I'm not that bad.
No?
Like, I'm usually one of those people that goes in for whatever I need. Like,
Oh, really?
I'm an in-and-out type person. If I don't see the color that I'm looking for,
Mhm.
like I literally scan, like I'm Terminator. I scan the store,
Mhm.
and if I spot the color, I like kind of zoom in. And if it's not like a dress, and I see it's short and it's a T-shirt, I'm
Mhm.
on to the next store.
I figured
Halfway
out.
in the door, and like I scan it, and I'm like out.
I figured out the perfect way to shop.
Don't.
Well, that's one, but the perfect way is really to know who has a sale
Yeah.
and just go towards the sales department.
Yeah, I
You know,
love.
like
I'm-
H&M, I only know like where they, the rack stuff
clearance
is.
rack
I
is?
go there, no, oh, there it is, yes. That's it, I leave. I never
I
look
love
for
it.
anything
it's
else.
Like crack for me. Anytime I
Yeah.
see like.
I don't care it's
sale.
last year's color.
I
I'm not that cool, I don't care.
love
Purple's not my thing
sales.
anyways.
It's not the Jew in me. It's just something. It's like if there was a drug and like getting things on sale,
Mhm.
that's me. Like I don't like paying full price.
Why would
for
anybody like paying full
anything.
price? I don't get it. I love how
And
people...
like if I come home even grocery shopping and like Sean sees like I'll have like 5 things of corn or like
Yeah.
7 rolls of like toilet paper or paper towel because paper towel is really expensive nowadays. And if I see it on sale for like $2.99 or $3.99 for 6 rolls,
Mhm.
I am buying like, I'm not even joking, like 7. I will buy 7 things, and my back
But-
seat will be filled with paper towels. And I
Just
will-
know, I'm going to break a misconception.
Yeah.
Jewish people are not about the sales so much.
No,
It's a
we're
very-
just frugal.
No. We like to know that we paid less than what it's worth.
Yeah.
Like, we'll buy the expensive stuff, but we're like, do you know how much I got it for?
Yeah.
Like, that's what we live by. We
Yeah.
live for, like, this Christmas tree here cost $15. I got
Yeah.
it for $5.
Seriously,
That's
this
just
tree
the way-
literally cost $10.88, and I got it for $5.
Yeah, so we feel good that we got the exact same product, but we got it for much
Someone
cheaper.
else bought it the day before for $10.88, and I
Mm.
could have bought 2 for the price of 1, and I just didn't want to because I knew that Sean was going to say, our dining room table is not a jungle.
Mhm. Do you have a real Christmas tree at home?
Yeah, well, not like we have a Christmas tree, but it's
Mhm.
not real. Like this is the real tree.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
bought.
So, are you for like those people that have the white Christmas trees that look nice, or is it too like?
I like the green with the lights.
Mm.
And I'm a simple person. Like I like clean colors, so
Okay.
I'll do like silvers and like blues. And
So you will have silver white.
Yeah.
You know those people that have like the white Christmas
No,
trees.
no, no, no,
There
no,
people
like,
have
I
a big problem with that.
No, I don't like the white
No?
Christmas
Okay.
trees. Like I like the green trees with the white lights in them.
So
I
since
don't even put like the foil tinsel stuff on it. I don't put that. I
would
just
have no idea what you're talking about.
you know that stuff that people throw on at the sparkles.
Oh, right.
It's tinsel. I think
Right.
it's called tinsel.
It is. I think it is tinsel.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some, again, I've never
Too messy.
never play with it. I go to my sister's house if I want to see a Christmas tree, and that's as
I
far
love
as it
it.
goes.
I love it. It makes me happy. Like the last thing I said to Sean before I left the house even was, your job is if you wake up in the morning before me, you turn the Christmas tree on,
Mhm.
and you turn the little thing. I made a reef, but not a reef, but like a flat little centerpiece for the television stand.
Mhm.
So I put lights in it. I put little like couple of these in it, but silver and gold ones.
Feels good.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
When
I
should
like
we
it.
get rid of the Christmas tree? So after New Year's, like it has to go, or is it like after Christmas? When?
I like to keep them out for a while. If it's snowing, I keep it out.
Okay, so till March, basically.
Basically.
Really? For real? You're one of those until March? you keep it?
I like to keep it until like the Orthodox Christmas is done,
Isn't Orthodox Christmas around beginning of January?
around mid-January.
Okay, so
Somewhere around there.
you are getting rid of it by then.
No. It's
You
gonna
do keep
be
it till
out.
March.
Yeah,
All right.
it's gonna be there for a little
All right.
while.
You're a little bit of a hoarder, but okay, we have something in common.
I like the tree. It makes me happy. Well, I only say yes because this year I took it down in March. I took like
Okay.
because I took all the ornaments and everything off of it. It's just someone didn't put it back in the box.
But I'd like to make today's show a little bit shorter than usual, and the reason I want to do that is because it's Christmas and we don't have a guest. Yes, I saw Sean is writing.
Yeah.
I said you can read it to me if you
Yeah,
want.
it's okay.
But I wanted to do the top 10 movies,
Oh yeah.
just to kind of talk about it
What
before.
time is it? Oh
yeah,
my
it's,
gosh.
yeah, it's already 10 to 10, and we don't even have a guest. So yeah, 1 hour should be a good show.
No, I think we should go longer. Let's go
Longer?
Longer.
No, why make it
Why
longer?
not?
Wait, well, why don't we do like our top 10 movies? Maybe the people out there
All
who
right.
are watching it later can agree or disagree.
All right.
Again, the breakdown is for people to know we're Jewish, so our Christmas movies are not exactly Christmas-esque by religious
Yeah.
standards, if you know what I mean. Like what is it, Miracle on 34th Street or something like that?
That's Christmassy.
No, that wouldn't be in my category.
Oh.
That's not something that I would say, oh, well, there's your movie right there. I only have one original Christmas movie that everybody knows and loves. And
We
I
have a few that are
I-
the same.
yeah, same. You want me to do my top 10?
Sure, go for
All
it.
right, so by the way, some of them are not. Well, actually, let's discuss. We'll kind of talk
Yeah.
about it. So my number 10 is Trading Places.
Yes.
It's not so Christmassy, but that's why it's my
Yes,
number
it
10.
is.
But I do love it. I
It
do love
is
it.
the best movie.
Yeah,
I love
But you
80s
know,
movies.
but it's funny when I'm thinking about Christmas, I'm not thinking about Trading Places so much, but I love the movie so much
So good.
that it's just Trading Places.
I
Eddie
have
Murphy,
no legs.
Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd. If you haven't seen the movie, Jamie Lee Curtis,
Oh,
fantastic
so
film.
So
Um,
good. Like
a great
it was
movie
in the
altogether.
heyday of their time on SNL, and it
Yeah,
just a classic movie. It still resonates well, and if people try to remake this movie, I will freak the F out because do not.
why they should?
No,
Well, something along those
No.
lines. I liked it. I
No.
liked it a lot.
do not take
All right,
away.
my number 9 is
Think of
Gremlins.
Something else. Well,
Gremlins
yeah,
is my number 9. I loved Gremlins growing up. I remember
So
telling
good.
the stories of Gremlins. It reminds me of Christmas for some reason, especially the first one.
Yeah, I ruined a bunch of stuffed animals thinking they were going to come to life.
Ophir is watching the show right now. What's up, Ophir? He's in Florida. I didn't think he was going to tune
Hola.
in, but apparently he's Hola in Florida.
Well, I just like
the
hola.
Cubans. All right.
I just said hola.
Okay.
I didn't even think about.
For me, I'm
that.
trying to make the connection.
I didn't. I just said it.
Yeah, he went to Orlando today, so I probably had a good time. I think with the kids. Yeah. How was traffic?
I hope you're enjoying the sunshine.
Yes, you son of an, you know what. Okay, so Gremlins, my number 9. My number 8, that's your classic, It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh yes.
Because I feel, I watched it, and it definitely is a Christmas movie, and I think A Wonderful Life is in every other movie. It's just one of those iconic films. I didn't want to
Very
leave it off
much
my
so.
list.
Yeah.
So I put it at number, what was it? I put it at number 8. My number 7 is controversial, and a lot of people feel it's controversial.
Oh, that's like my number one.
Oh,
movie,
is it?
though.
Oh, yeah. So it's Die Hard, but it's controversial because, yes, it's Christmas. It's a Christmas movie,
Yeah.
but you don't think about it being a Christmas
It's,
movie.
and you know what? I think did on his roast, Bruce Willis. I can't remember if he said it was or he actually addressed that.
Did he?
saying, By the way, Die Hard. I think he said it wasn't, or maybe he said.
Well, I
it
don't think
was.
it is. It just happened on
No.
Christmas. But like there was definitely like Christmas-esque thing
Aspects,
happening.
yeah, of course.
And there's some people who were saying it's one of their favorite Christmas movies. So it is on my list. Number 6, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Of course.
It's
Classic.
you just I mean
It's
I
just
just love National
mandatory.
Lampoon's. But notice it's mostly comedies. What I'm going with.
Yeah.
Number 5 is A Christmas Story. One of my favorite movies. I watch
to
it
this
all the
day,
time.
why I will not look anything metallic during the winter.
Yes.
Only reason.
To this day, I still want the
We should
lamp.
do that. We
You
should
know,
do that.
we should
Yeah.
get a lamp.
We should get
That-
a
you know
lamp.
that nice lamp?
Freeze it, and then you
You
watch
know what?
and lick it.
No, the lamp,
leg
the
lamp.
leg lamp.
The leg
Come
lamp.
on,
Oh, okay.
yes.
I thought you said something
No,
else.
no.
I'm like, do you want us to freeze
No,
a
no,
pool
no.
for you, and we'll watch you? like
Definitely not. Actually, it's funny because like I take medication. I take what's it called, like Effexor, and it's basically like a pill, right?
Okay.
Or like what was it? Not a pill. What would you call it?
A tablet,
Not a tablet.
a
It's,
gel cap.
yes, exactly. So it sticks to my tongue sometimes or my
Okay.
lip. So every time this happens, when I put it up, I keep thinking about that movie for some reason because I'm always scared that it's just gonna get stuck. Next one for me is Scrooged. I love that movie. What a great film.
Like
And
anything with Bill,
Bill Murray.
like
But that was just like, I remember when it came out, 1988. It was all publicized all over Israel, and I couldn't wait to see it. And when I moved to Canada, it was actually the first movie that I watched on tape. Scrooge. And I had
That
no idea
was-
that I didn't even understand.
Epic.
Epic film. I think it's amazing.
It was one
Number
of the best.
3, it's just because I'm a big fan of this.
That's on my
It's
list,
A
too.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
If
This
you're
is because
an
of my
80s
sister.
baby, like you, that is just
80s?
like, yeah.
A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
That's not an 80s film.
No, I said if you're an 80s
Oh,
baby.
80s baby. Okay,
If you're
sorry.
an 80s baby, this is like your always gonna be on
Yeah?
any list of any movies, like
I just
your
love it.
favorite type of movies, not even Christmas. This is like probably one of my favorite movies of all time, let alone Christmas movies. So
My number 2 is, I don't know, my number 2 shouldn't really be there, but I'm a huge Will Ferrell
I
fan.
hate you.
I'm
You keep
a
taking my
huge
movies.
Will Ferrell fan.
Santa!
And I just love Elf. There's just something about it that I just love Will Ferrell in it.
Come on, like it's
And
just. So
I don't know if it's, but I put it as number 2.
Hearted.
But for me, it was just, I don't know, it's a real Christmas movie, and like I really, really like it, and I love to laugh. I think
Yeah.
Christmas for me. There are other movies that are not on the list.
I know.
But my number 1, and I think it's going to be number 1 on every 80s child's list, Home Alone.
100%. The reason why Macaulay Culkin
I mean-
can't leave his house after
I mean,
basically
that's
Thanksgiving.
just the film that everybody can
Of all
agree with.
films.
And the second one too was also on Christmas,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I just love that movie. I think it's
I
wonderful.
think they're all surrounding Christmas after like.
Are they? I don't remember what was the third one? Was the third one with him?
No.
Or
I
was
don't
that
think it
other
was
little
after
boy?
Little
I
Kid.
don't think I watched the other boy.
Yeah, I had to watch it just to see, and
Yeah.
I wasn't.
The
very-
first one was with the old man. The second was with the homeless lady, right, with the birds.
Yeah.
that was the
but
New
it
York.
both had the Joe Pesci and.
Right. Once there were the wet bandits, and then there were
Yeah.
the sticky bandits.
Sticky Bandits.
One to two. I don't know. I like the movie, but I think the reason I really like Home Alone, aside from it being a Christmas movie, is that the songs. I think the music in that film was just incredible, and I just remember, like, every time I hear that music, I just feel Christmas. And the reason I want to bring it up, just about Home Alone, but very quickly,
Donald
did
Trump
you watch?
was in that movie.
Did you? Yes, he was number 2.
Yeah.
When it was in New York.
Yeah.
Did you watch? And Tim Roth was in there.
Yeah.
And Rob Schneider was in it.
Yeah.
Did you watch
Tim Curry.
the new commercial? I meant Tim Curry. I didn't mean Tim
Curry.
Roth. I meant Tim Curry. Did you watch
The Google.
the Google
commercial?
one?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Of course.
So
I was
for
meaning
those
to
that
watch
don't
it
know,
for like 2
well,
days.
there's probably people who don't know. Google Home
Oh,
just put out like a really cute
we'll
advertisement.
post it.
We'll post it.
Yeah, let's
okay.
post
We'll
it.
put it up. I'm sure many people have seen it already,
Yeah.
but it's just a really, really funny way of looking at Home Alone and connecting it to Google Home.
So good.
How he
Basically,
would take care of the thieves if he had Google Home,
Yeah.
basically.
If he had everything he has now, how
Mhm.
it would work back then, and it's just it's really well made. And
Is it weird to feel sad that he was still living at home? In the attic too? just coming out. When I saw it, I was like, oh, he's still there. That sucks.
It always makes me want pizza,
Cheese pizza.
cheese pizza.
Cheese pizza.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know what? Cheese pizza makes me think of Home Alone. For some reason, it's always My Zadie's Pizza. My
My Zadie's pizza? Really?
My Zadie's Pizza, yeah. Or Tovli, actually Tovli on.
Is it because their cheese is really good?
It,
Jewish,
that
no, kosher cheese.
Yeah.
I kid you not. I'm not one that would order food at kosher restaurants.
yeah, kosher cheese.
Sorry,
is
people.
really good.
But when it comes to cheese pizza, I'm definitely with you. The
because
cheese.
of Hebrew school on Sundays.
No, just the cheese. Cheese was just really good.
I don't know what it is, but that pizza at Hebrew school,
Hmm.
if I'm having a cheese pizza, it has to taste like that. If it doesn't taste like that, it's not going to hit that spot for me.
Hmm.
And if I ever want just a plain cheese pizza, I always have to go to Tovli.
So why don't you give us your top 10? See if we're in agreement. By the way, how did you like the list? Was it somewhat in the par?
Well, you already have like a bunch of stuff that's on my list
Okay.
on there, so I'm going to try to like steer clear from your list
Okay.
and see what I can find that's not on your list. So
Mhm.
for me, Jingle All the Way.
I liked it. I saw it in
You know.
movie theaters, so
Yeah,
I liked it. I
yeah,
thought it was
with
really
Arnold,
good.
you know,
Yeah.
'cause
And that cute little boy.
I don't remember.
He's the same boy that played in Star Wars. Star Wars
The
1.
first one?
Yeah, he's the
Okay.
same boy.
All right,
What a
cool.
cute pie. Mhm.
Office Christmas Party.
I haven't seen it.
It's so good.
Is it really?
It's really funny.
Really recommend for me to watch. It's on your list.
I would watch the night before that one. The Night Before is on this list as well.
The
which
night
is,
before that one, okay?
Yeah, so The Night Before is with Seth Rogen and
When he's wearing the Jew.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
But that looked like such an awful film.
It's a great movie.
Really?
I love it. We watched it last
Were you
night
under
again.
influence when you watched it, or were you
No,
like
the
watching
fir-
it normally?
The first time I watched it, I was sober.
Okay, all right.
It was good.
Because there's a lot of movies where under influence look very different.
So, Jack Frost, I love. That's,
Yeah.
you have to.
Yeah.
And keeping
Michael
with
Keaton.
the Michael Keaton theme, Batman. Batman is a great Christmas movie.
It's funny. I was thinking
The
about
first
Batman.
one, the Tim Burton Batman, because it is a Christmas movie. Look
Yeah.
it up. You will not be disappointed.
I think so is the second one. I think the second one is a Christmas
I think
film
you might be
because
right
of
as well.
Penguin that's in it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The Grinch, obviously.
Yeah.
With Jim Carrey.
Oh, you like the Jim Carrey one?
The Jim Carrey version.
Because there's now the new cartoon that came out.
Jim Carrey's
Okay,
Grinch.
he did a really good job for sure.
You can't. No one touches Jim Carrey's
Mhm.
Grinch. All of Hallmark's movies, all of Hallmark's Christmas movies. I literally watch over 40 to 50. Actually, there's over 40 Hallmark movies this year that came out that are Christmas movies.
I want to let you know that none of this will be on my list.
All
So,
of them are
none-
on my list.
no,
Don't care if they have the same plot. Basically, every single time, just recycled human beings. It's all good with me. It makes me happy. All of Up's Christmas movies. If you guys want me to do reviews, I'm all available because I watch all your movies. All of what else? Up. There's other Christmas places. Mar Vista also has great Christmas movies. Anyways,
Okay.
8 Crazy Nights. You gotta get one Jewish movie in there.
Yeah, it was it good? I watched
I
it, but
liked
I liked it because
I liked
it was Jewy, but like it wasn't that good. It wasn't so good. It wasn't so good.
I liked it.
Okay, if you
Just
put it out there.
'cause I like it.
Because it's him.
Last but not least, well, not last actually, second last, the Santa Claus.
With
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Yeah, I love Tim Allen.
Did you watch both?
Yes,
Yeah,
both of them
okay.
are great.
Mhm.
And actually, right now, my favorite new Christmas movie just came out on Netflix. Check it out. It's called The Christmas Chronicles, and it's with Kurt Russell. He plays Santa Claus.
Mhm.
And there's a surprise Mrs. Claus in the end, but I don't care. I'm gonna ruin it.
No, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. I'll watch it. Don't
Okay,
ruin it.
so I won't ruin it.
Don't
then.
ruin it.
So it's a great Mrs. Claus at the end.
Okay.
So that's a great one. And the last but not least is The Holiday for me. I absolutely adore that movie. Even when it's not Christmas, I'll
Really?
watch it. It's fantastic. You have a great cast.
Is that with
Cameron-
Vince Vaughn?
No, it's with Cameron Diaz. It's with
Oh.
Kate Winslet. Jack Black's in it, and what's his name? Ewan McGregor. No, not Ewan McGregor. The other British guy that I always mix up with Ewan McGregor.
I don't know.
What's his name? He was in Mr. Ripley.
I know. Now I know what you're talking about. I'm
You know
forgetting
who
his
I'm
name.
talking about? The one who had an affair with his nanny. What? Did I say that out loud?
I know exactly what you're talking about, but I'm having
It's gonna bother me if I don't find
Really,
it.
you're gonna Google it
I
right
am
now
gonna
online?
Google it right now.
Okay.
As we're talking, I'm
So,
gonna find it.
If let's kind of move on to our final
for
stuff. Let's talk about what we hope to, hope to get out of New Year's.
Jude Law.
Jude Law. That's right. The New Year's is coming up. We're still going to have a show, by the way, on the 30th. We have a guest that's going to be coming in, but maybe let's talk about kind of the Christmas spirit. What do you hope from this year? What do you hope to
Truthfully,
to gain?
for me or for the world.
Speak?
For me, I hope this takes off
Mhm.
and the other stuff I'm working on take off, and 2019 brings everything that I've been working for the last decade. Basically, it's been a rough road, and
Mhm.
I'm also hoping that the building that I'm currently living in. Everything goes well with the meeting we have in January, because the city is planning on demolishing it, and it's going to be a headache.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping everything goes in our favor, and
Because there's not enough apartments around the city. that you can
no,
just
well,
move to, no?
they're literally that. Not even that. It's just I live in a great area and in a
Mhm.
great neighborhood, and to be displaced for the X amount of years that they're going to be rebuilding, it's going to be a nightmare.
I'm sure. So, and you still want to go back 100%?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, I wish you all the best.
Thanks.
As for me, health.
World peace.
Yeah, that's BS. Health. I just wish health for everybody. Physical, mental,
Yes.
just for people, like, you don't appreciate it. I was very sick, like 2 weeks ago. One day, 24 hours, and it was a brutal 24 hours. And I really thought about, while I was in bed, how bad I was feeling. I was thinking about people who are suffering from cancer today, people who are hurting, people who can't walk, people who, have severe mental issues. And I felt like, life is not worth living if you can't really enjoy it. And I'm very happy that, I'm in a better place, and I'm hoping not just for myself, but for all those close to me and far and beyond. Clearly, I don't want anybody to suffer. So I'm wishing everybody, health for not just this year, but like always. Take care of yourself. Know that your health is the most important thing, because without it,
100%.
Once you lose your leg, for example, right? Already, that's it. Your life has changed. You can't do the
Not
basic
have
stuff,
the things that you were
right?
doing, right?
So kind of be appreciative and look at your life and make maybe a list of the amazing things that you already have, and focus on those as opposed to the negatives that you don't have, and pursue getting those positives, because I'm going to share something very short, very very tiny. When I was living in Los Angeles just about 2 years ago, I remember being on top of a mountain, and I used to go hiking every Tuesday.
Okay.
And it was the best feeling ever. And I was on top of the mountain, and I said, wow, life is just wonderful. And I was so happy with everything that was going on in my life. Even though I felt depressed, like there were other things that were going on, this was the reason I went hiking, to be in between the mountains, is so I could feel good. And I was really being appreciative. And I prayed, and I said, I'm hoping that there's not going to be any change, that everything is just stay the way it is. And within a week, my life completely fell apart. One little something changed in my life, and everything kind of broke down.
Wow.
And and I remember that day. I remember it like it was yesterday. I even recorded it. Like, I have actual video footage that I was looking at not long ago. Standing there in the mountains and just appreciating everything. And then, like, as I said, one little thing changed, and my entire life went upside down.
Yeah.
And I overcame, and here I am today, continuing and doing my thing. But it could happen to anybody. It could happen to any one of us. We have one life to live, and let's just make the best of it.
Completely.
And that's what I want to end off with. That appreciate what you have now, be close to it, and do everything that you can to keep your life as stable as possible.
Yeah.
So
be happy with what you have. Love everyone around you. Kiss them, and always make sure the last thing you say to whoever you're speaking to is "I love you."
Yeah.
And that's what I always do.
Just today, found out that someone from the neighborhood that kind of knew passed away today. And feel bad for his family, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are suffering.
Of course.
And so yeah, definitely an extra hug to your family members, to your kids, to your parents, to your loved ones, and
Appreciate it.
wishing you all Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. And we hope to see you next week on the 30th. There is going to be a show. We do have a special guest. It's going to be coming in to talk a little bit about her blog, her vlog, her experience as being single, a single mother in the dating world. Someone who has 4 kids, is divorced, semi-religious, or maybe fully religious. We're going to find out. But she's going to give her opinions. And she's just somebody that is very engaging. I think she's going to be really good for the show.
Excellent.
Okay, so it's been a pleasure.
Pleasure's all
And
mine, sir.
wishing that our show is going to be great.
Yes.
We're just playing around. We're putting some stuff up. Just why not?
Touching things,
We can.
doing things
There
here
you go.
and there, whatever.
Soon we're going to go into a green screen with cameras and all that, as we mentioned before.
Yeah, we're gonna have Godzilla chasing us while we're sitting here.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
And
I like it.
Anthony, who's not with us today because he had to do a double shift.
Sucks.
Merry Christmas to you, and
Love you,
to all a good
Night.
And you can press the button anytime you
Do
want.
I have to?
You'd
Oh,
like
you're gonna make the woman press the button, you son of a bitch! You see what I have to deal with? You see what I have to deal with?
I'm still the boss.
How the hell do I turn
Still the
this
boss.
off?
Just press